friends.
Hello. I'm trying to get everything set up over here so we can read the comments.
Excuse you.
Snappy.
A little feisty today.
Feisty. Let's see if it's going to be... Oh, nope. No volume. I did my job today.
I love how you wait until the video started to test it instead of just like...
I can't do it until it pops up live. The live doesn't come on the page until...
No, I understand that, but you could have just seen if the volume was on before the video popped up.
How would I do that? Watch another video?
You could just turn the volume down.
I already know it's down. You know how... Actually, I knew it was down already because Sundays I use it.
Okay.
So don't test me. Don't test me.
Okay.
Hello, Goofy Geekers.
Hello. How was your week?
I'm alive. Got through it. You?
Same.
Nothing new and exciting happened?
No.
No haircuts?
No, I've had like 400 people cancel on me in the past couple of weeks, and I'm really getting tired of it. Like last minute too. Yesterday I had one person, she told me that she couldn't make it like a few days prior, but I still couldn't fill it.
Right.
And then I had somebody the day of not show up. Or like told me that day that she couldn't make it. So I had 5 hours to kill. Oh. And I couldn't move the last 2 people down because they work.
I feel like we should do a podcast on funny stories. Like working stories. Okay. Because I have so many of those. Like, if it's not me, it was my dad. Or like, I could talk for like probably 3 of these. Yeah. Because some of the stories are just, it make you just go, what? What happened? Because it's crazy.
Hi, Ashley.
Miss Ashley's on. Exactly. This is the only way she watches us. Right. It's because we can watch her at the same time. That's
why. I forgot to tell you that I was going to tell you, but then we talked about something else.
Other things popped up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was trapping news that you had to tell me, by the way.
Yes. So Ashley told me that the other day, my dad was looking for a movie to watch, and she was like, "Oh, they just had a podcast on See No Evil, Hear No Evil." Right. So she watched it for the first time, and she really liked it. She thought it was funny.
It's an amazing movie. Like, how could you... Like, it is really one of my favorites. Really good movie. There's some that are my favorites. Like, I have favorites that fill a different... That's your cat. That fill different parts of my life. Like The Replacements, when we watch that one, that makes me feel like redemption in my life. We talked about that. Yeah. And in that movie, I just find it perfectly funny. Like, it's realistically funny, but not realistic funny. Like, all the cards would have to go perfect, but it could happen. Yeah. And that's what makes that movie funny. There's nothing that you would go, that can't happen. Like when we watch like Blazing Saddles. Yeah. Like Blazing Saddles, by the end you're going, now we just crossed to pure craziness. Yeah. But I don't know, that's why I like watching these old movies. Cat's having some good dreams. Cat is like this cat's having some good dreams.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's pretty loud. It's very distracting.
That's what you expect. It's a but I think those are the gems that are lost in the world because we're so big into these big Marvel movies or Star Wars movies or what have you that we forget about these little ones that are great. I just watched another hour, like an hour and a half movie on Prime. Oh no, it's with Sylvester Stallone, and he plays a hero. Well, you don't know. You just think he's a superhero, and then you find there's like a big twist at the end. It was only an hour and like 40 minutes. It wasn't even that long, and I was like, "This is a good movie." Like, it was a good Sunday movie, wasn't? Yeah. I didn't have to think too much. I didn't have to it was on Prime. Samaritan? The Samaritan. It was good. It was light. It wasn't so deep. I think some of these movies, like, what did I just watch? I watched another movie that was like 2.5 hours, and I feel like I was just sitting there like, this is good.
See, I feel like I can watch TV Well, hold on, I can't.
Well, let me get. You can binge watch like 5 episodes, but watching one movie because it's set up that way.
Yeah.
Like it feels like there's a beginning, there's an end, or there's a to be continued, and then you're kind of like, I can watch the next one.
Yeah.
You can watch the next one, but when it's like a 2.5 hour movie, you just sit there and you're going.
All right, I got places to be.
Because it gets slow.
Yeah.
And usually in episodes, when it's slow, it's in the beginning of the episode, and then near the end, it gets, okay, I'm into this again. I feel like there's a roller coaster when it comes to episodes, and this is what this is about, TV.
Yeah.
What, has there been a TV show that you didn't expect to watch, then you land up watching, loved it, and then, like, to a point that you got, I would say, slightly obsessed over?
Shameless.
Oh yeah, I like the redhead kid in that because he's in Gotham. He's in Gotham. He plays the Joker. Well,
yes,
and I like that kid.
Yeah. See, Kelsey, when it was popular, Kelsey started watching it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch this. Like, I've heard it was dumb or whatever. And or like it was just like wasn't my cup of tea. And then, like she was watching it one time, and I was there, so I was watching it with her, and then like I got hooked on it. It only took like a couple episodes. I was like, oh no, this is actually really good. And then I watched the whole thing without her.
I'm actually at a point where I can't remember if I told the story here or on one of my other places.
Doesn't matter. Say it again. I
got hooked on a TV show. So at the time, my brother-in-law says to me, I got to watch a show. And I'm like, at the time his wife had pre-watched too many, so she's like, you got to catch up.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, do you mind sitting and watching a couple of shows with me? And I go, and he was only like on episode 3 or something, or it was like, and I go, what show is it? And he goes, SOA, Sons of Anarchy. And I was like, no, I'm not into bikes or like I'm not that guy. I don't even think I like this show. And he goes, are you sure? I'll start from the beginning. And, I really like him a lot. Like, he was at that time, one of my closest friends. So I was like, all right, sure, okay. And I was spending a lot of time with him, so I was like, sure. So we ended up watching 7 episodes.
And they're all 6 hours long.
And I got hooked to such a point that we had to get Netflix for Christmas. And then I feel like I talked about it here, but I landed up...
we talked about it last week.
Yeah, I feel like I did. And then we landed up having a vacation, because it fell during that Christmas break. Mm-hmm. We watched all of season 3 in 2 days. And one of the 2 days was a 24-hour straight. Like, we just watched it, and it was just like... Yeah. It was like, oh, we can't turn it off. We got to get through this. It was like, oh, we don't have anything to do tomorrow. Until... Right. Our little one at the time was 3 or something, came out and was like, okay, one of us has to stay awake while the other one takes a nap.
Right.
And so I got hooked on that one. That is excellent. I tell people all the time, even though it has a lot to do with motorcycle, guns, and whatever, but it really doesn't. The message is so different on the functioning and malfunctioning of family. Mm-hmm. That they go through, that you have a moment where you just go, okay, I would never take it that far, but I see this. I see what's going on. I see the betrayal. And then you just get hooked. If you can get to season 3, oh, you're all done, man. You're going to see season 7. Yeah. Because season 3, everything gets, it's like you have 2 seasons of little splats of little things, and then season 3 is like bam, 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 to a point that you need a cigarette, you need a nap, you need a cold drink, and be like, oh my god, what just happened? And that's the one I got addicted to very bad. Yeah. That I couldn't stop.
I like Riverdale too.
No.
I haven't watched the newest season, but it was see, the thing with me is I'll start a new show, or I'll be looking for a new show, and if I see a character that I know, or an actor
I know, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll give it a shot, because this person doing it might be good. So I actually ended up really liking Riverdale, but it's one of those things where there's stalking involved, and like different things that like kind of freak me out. But I would still like need to watch it. Like I would stay up late watching it, and I'm a grandma, so like that late is like
yeah.
Like I was up until like 1 o'clock watching it.
Yeah,
and that's like very late for me. Like I'm in bed at 10 o'clock.
I end up catching stuff like I broke down. I'm not big on episode like coming out every episode. Like I'm one of those people that I'll just wait to binge watch the whole thing. I'll just wait.
Oh yeah, I'm that
I'll just wait, and then.
I also don't have the time
on
to
Facebook,
watch it every week, so.
On Facebook, like all these spoilers started coming out. Like that's the other thing is I feel like now I've left half my Facebook groups. Not mine, like other people's, because I feel like because all I do is scroll down and it's like Joe died yesterday. Oh, Joe died. I didn't want to see that.
Right.
And so I feel like I'm always like getting rid of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. Like I'm one of those guys. I don't blame them. If I didn't watch it when they watch it and they want to put out stuff, the spoilers, whose fault is it for going on Facebook?
Right.
Mine. Because so I get rid of all those things. And as I say that, the Goofy Geek will like drop. But I get it. Like if you don't want to see spoilers, don't go on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or don't go on media. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I actually know people who like if they want to go see a movie and can't get there until like when it's out later or whatever,
right.
They like won't go on social media at all.
I got rid of so there is this guy. I want to give this guy credit. His name's Lance. I don't have permission, so I won't say his last name. But he has like every CW group, like Flash, Stargirl. He did have Gotham. Like every TV show he has. And you ready for this? He has the actors. He has people that work on the film and everything. And this guy's just a normal guy who's just a normal fan, and he does unbelievable things with the DC. But I feel like they talk about everything, and it's like. So lately, I've been like, I didn't leave any of his groups because I respect him and I respect his group, but I've actually shut off all the notifications because I feel like, oh man, I'm not gonna watch this every episode. Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna watch 2 in a row or something, and I was like, I'll just wait. Yeah. And then I forget to turn them on during the off season, so I feel like I'm like, but I watch like Stargirl, I watch Flash, I watch all that stuff. I'm such a nerd. But I got hooked on the She-Hulk because everyone kept putting up stuff like they're like, oh my god, and I was like, fine, I'll watch it. And it's like episode 2, and I'm like, oh come on! Like,
I started watching Game of Thrones recently. Like I'm only on like the first couple of episodes, and they're like, it holds my attention for a while, and then like there's something like it gets slow, so like I forget. But they're like long episodes too. Okay. So like.
My parents are addicted to the show. Mm-hmm. Like, they've watched it 6 times. No, I'm not joking, because actually more than 6 times, because every time a new season came out, they would watch the first season, and they would restart it again to get their brain into
Are they watching the new one now?
No, they don't, because they don't have... They don't have any, but they're getting. What happens is my parents' TV it's like outdated, but it still works, so they don't want to throw it away. Yeah. But there's no
HDMI?
Yeah, connections. So we can't put something in there for them to buy like Netflix. So they just watch regular TV, and they bought the series when it was done. Okay. So, I think this year they're gonna get a new TV. Like it's like I'm really pushing because I was like, I'll buy the Fire Stick. We'll get you set up. But so they said, oh, you gotta watch this. This is like the best thing since sliced bread. Like you're gonna love this. And I said, okay. So we watched the first season, and I was like, I hope someone killed me because I couldn't get through the first. Like I got through it, and we got to the first episode of season 2, and I was like, how are these people rewatching each one? Like, and everyone kept saying, oh, you're so close to the good part. What do you mean I'm so close to the good part? Like, what, I gotta wait 3 seasons where something good happens?
Right.
Like, even SOA, something good happened in season 1, 2, you know, like, all major shit all broke down in season 3, but, you know.
Well, it has to keep you, like,
it gotta keep me going, and just like, I'm just like, and my parents are like, okay. And I ended up giving them back, because I felt bad. I was like, I don't like it. Because I want to like it, because I like British TV.
Yeah.
I love British TV. Like, I've watched 3 times Keeping Up Appearances, and I've nearly each time peed myself watching that. I've watched Are You Being Served? Like all those really old British comedies. Like I watch those galore. But I was just like, I watched Doctor Who. I watched Torchwood. I've watched them all. Like, and then here I am watching this, going, I don't understand. But like,
it's very like. It throws a lot at you.
It does.
In the beginning.
It
and
does.
I guess like this new series is like the prequel to it.
Yeah, it's a prequel. Like, it's a prequel.
It's supposed to like.
It's supposed to be with the. And I know enough to know. Like, I know enough that I actually found out at the end and I went, okay, I'm satisfied. Like, I actually watched the last episode where everybody does what they do, and I'm not going to tell it, just in case, you know.
I'm going to watch it. So tell me.
Are you going to watch it? Yeah, okay. If you get through it, you're a better person than me.
So here's the thing, too, is like, you know how it's like continue watching and it has like whatever you're watching? I don't like seeing that. Like, I don't like seeing a thing that I didn't finish or I don't want to finish.
Okay.
So, like, with Schitt's Creek, I had to watch the whole fucking thing and I hated it. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch the last season because it's not out on Netflix or whatever it was.
Right.
And then I was like watching like the last 2 episodes of the last season that was on.
Right.
I think it was on Netflix or whatever.
Right.
And then the fucking new season went on. And I'm like, God damn it! Now I gotta watch it.
I'm trying to think. I'm very rare on giving up stuff. Like I'm really like it's even. It's
that alien show that you were watching.
I'm still watching.
Yeah, but you were going to get.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Like after the first season, I was like, okay, because there was a lot of questions, and it was like it was funny. This season, I don't find it as funny, but there's like this huge thing going. I'm like, okay, and I actually have took a step back because I felt like I always didn't realize I had too many shows I'm watching. Mm-hmm. Does anybody else have this problem?
Oh yeah,
I have too many and I was like, okay, I gotta finish Obi-Wan. I gotta finish it. I was watching the She-Hulk, and I was like, okay, I could have waited for that one. Even with spoilers, I could have waited for that one because that wasn't so far. No, it's only 2-3 episodes I'm in, but it's like I could have waited. And you know what the problem was? I was afraid. Well, I watched Moon Knight, and I had some spoilers, and then when I watched it, I wish I hadn't got the spoilers, because it was that good. So I thought, like, oh, I better really watch She-Hulk, so I don't get spoilers, and I'm kind of like, oh, I could have lived with spoilers. No, it's not that it's bad, it's just really light, like, it's not in-depth, and, so I have to finish, like, so I've been one of those type of, like, when you do that whole, I'm going to be a good boy, I'm going to watch A first and get it done, then I'll go to B, then I'll go to C, you know.
See, like, a lot of the shows that I'm watching right now, I've already seen.
So I can't do that.
I put them on for comfort, or, like, it's background noise.
I'd like to make an announcement today.
Uh-oh.
The best thing ever is happening.
What?
And I almost cried. This is so pitiful for me, but I almost cried. Like, we were eating dinner, and Shannon's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. They're rebooting this month. I think it's the 15th. Quantum Leap. It is a show that when I was a kid, I used to ask my parents if I could watch.
This is the show?
This is it. And my parents would say, sure, you can watch it, but you have to stay in bed. And you have to, so it would come at 10 o'clock. And I'd be like, and I would see him leap into somebody. So I think I explained it. Like, he leaps, his mental state leaps into your body. And then he has to change history for better. And then he gets to leap out to somebody else. So he's not, it's more of his mental going into you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, yeah. So, and, you know what I'm saying? Like, 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 so, and, you know what I'm saying? it didn't end very good. Like, I hated it. Like, I remember the first time Shannon and I sat down and watched it. No, not the first time I watched it, but the first time she sat down and watched, because I believe it's like 4 or 5 seasons. And I remember it being, she's like, this is good. This is, I'm like, just wait till the last. Like, you just are like, I already knew it was just like, wait till we get to season.
This is so good. And then the last
no. It's the last season. It starts to really break. Like, you get like one, and you go.
What happens with all these good shows? It's like they like do all the good stuff, and then all of a sudden they don't know how to end it.
What happened was, it looked like they wanted to end it like the year before, but they said, "Oh no, you're still good, so do it." And then they did it, and then it was like they were, and you could tell they were afraid to do the storyline they wanted to, and then they adjusted it. And then the ending, which I landed up finding out because I'm a nerd like that isn't the ending. The ending was supposed to be, that was the ending for the season. That wasn't supposed to be the ending. And he was supposed to do all these other things, but they got canceled, so they put like 4 words at the end that made it the end. Yeah, see? You're making that face. See? She's making it, you can't see it, but she's making the face because that's crap. Because you already know it. Like, you already know.
At least they put words at the end.
No, I mean,
a lot of the ones
it's like Sam Beckett spends blah 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 time still leaping, and you're like, what?
See, I'd rather that than it just ended, and it's like, okay, now what?
Yeah, I know, but still, no, it's you're just like, wait a minute, this guy's still leaping? Like, he's done all this stuff and he didn't get a reward, or what about this guy? What happened to this? What happened to that?
So this reboot is going to pick up from
No, I don't think so. Well, I'm going to say no, because the guy who the main actor looks nothing like Sam, but I don't know for a fact. Because I'm trying, you know when you really like a show and you're trying not to read it, because I get really judgy. I admit it. Especially with something really good. I know Sunday we're talking about the 9 movies of Star Wars, and I feel like if with Star Wars, when you go into something super judgy, you can ruin the movie. That now I look back and think to myself, that movie really wasn't that bad. It was because I went in with a pre-thinking this was supposed to happen. So sometimes when you go into something, so like Marvel movies, I talk about that all the time.
Yeah, that's why I don't read like the description of anything.
Right, that's why
I just look by I'm judged by the cover.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Like, I see him and it's a quantum leap, and I didn't read like this is blah 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 la la la. I didn't read any of that.
See, I don't like when they remake things. You know that. Like, I don't think of something else. Or continue it somewhere else. Or say it's so and so down the line.
I'm gonna say this is another scientist that's going to do the same type of. I wouldn't be surprised this is 40 years later. Or 40 years later, this guy said, Sam Beckett did ABC. I'm going to try to do. That's what I'm hoping for. See, here we go. See, you got my brain going. That's what I'm hoping for. And then I go there, and then it's like, oh no. That's like Marvel movies. Like, I read all the comics, but you can't sit there and expect them. So I try to go in just go in like you know nothing. Mm-hmm. And then when you see something, they're like, I know that.
Yeah. That's why I don't like reboots. Reboots,
TV show reboots are different than movie reboots.
I remember when Roseanne came back.
Oh, I had a problem. Yeah, okay, I had a problem with this.
My mom had a problem with it too.
Me too. Okay, well, your parents and I.
But Dan dies.
Right.
At the end, and he comes back or whatever.
Right, because it was a dream. So yeah. So what happens is in the original Roseanne, the last season was all part of her book, and it wasn't factual. The last season, it was her writing the book, and that's how the story go with Dan dying and this happening and her winning the lottery, and it's all this stuff, and you go, oh, okay. So then they come back, and then I'm like, okay, I'm in the show, okay, and I'm kind of all right, but you accept it. You go, okay, we're gonna watch it, and then Roseanne does something real stupid and inappropriate, and I don't know why, and that's her business, and it lands up ruining her careers. Mm-hmm. And then they come out less than a year later with the Connors, and then she dies, and I'm just kind of like, okay. And I've never watched it, and I like that show. I love that show. It was one of like I felt like
I put that on for comfort.
I feel like that was my family at some time. Like that was one of those things.
Roseanne and Reba, I love them. Do you watch Reba?
I have, but I haven't watched the whole thing. Like I've watched like a bit, but I was already getting too old, so I was kind of doing more like going out than watching TV by the time. But I was a kid when that came out. Just like the Cosby Show. I used to watch it. I used to love the Cosby Show, but I feel like those kids did almost the same thing I would get in trouble with, or something like that. And I'd be like, oh, okay. But I don't know. It was different times. Like everyone kind of like laughed or joked about it, or it's just a different time. And Roseanne always seemed to. They all kind of hit the same spot for me.
Yeah. And
then it was like okay, and then we were like okay. So I felt like they would hit the same spot as adults, and then that happened, and I did get a little sour. I didn't get sour for the fact they kicked her off because I understood it, but I just felt like now too much has changed. Yeah. Like I'm okay. Not because I'm a Roseanne Barr. Wait a minute. Yeah, Barr. It's just she changed it to Arnold, and so yeah, because she married.
I just know it was Roseanne. Yeah. I'm not good with last names. I'm not good with like people's names. I'm lucky I don't know.
So what happens is I just kind of got like, and then I don't know. I have something. I don't know. Did you have a comfort TV show that you watched when you were a kid?
So many.
Oh, well, okay. Go on.
I love Saved by the Bell. I love...
Really? I always thought that was bad acting. But I was...
Oh, it is, but it's comfort. I grew up watching
I literally would be like, dude, I can tell you're acting. And I felt bad for them because I felt like they were always... Did not feel like every episode was their last. It was always they're like, hey, Zach, funny to see you today. And it was like, yeah, because the last episode stunk.
They went on for so long, though.
Yeah.
And they started so young, and they ended...
in college. Yeah. Right. Did you know every year they were planning to be canceled? I'm not joking.
I bet.
And I'm always like, how did this stay up? And that used to... Now, when I was a kid, that used to be on, Saturday mornings. Yeah. That used to be... And I used to be annoyed by that. I was like...
See, that would come on at, 7 o'clock in the morning every day. And then after it would be Fresh Prince. And then after that was this paid program. So I'm like, fuck, now I gotta change channel.
Okay, all right. So let me explain something to you. When I was a kid, I believe this was when you were a kid too, but when I was a kid, Saturdays you didn't mess with. Mm-hmm. That was cartoon morning. And they used to have a show to tell you, a show right before the fall to tell you what new cartoons were coming out on Saturday, because that's how important Saturday morning was about waking up. You woke up and for me, I woke up, I turn on that TV and I sit down. It'd be 6 o'clock in the morning. You got to watch some old cartoon that you were like, what? And you were just getting through it. And then you would watch as soon as that lineup would come. And I got to a certain age where I wasn't that old, but then next thing I know, Saved by the... I'm like, hello, it's not a cartoon. Get this off. Get this. It would come right at the end of the last. I was like, we have a last hour, so that's 2 cartoons. Why are we watching this stupid show? Because there used to be 2 episodes at a time, or 1, and then that was then. And Fresh Prince in my day came on at prime time. That was a primetime show.
Really?
Just same was Fuller House, Family Matters. Those are all Friday night TV shows that would start at 8 o'clock or something. And I remember my dad.
Good shows.
Yeah, they were, but unfortunately I was 18, 19.
So you never watched them?
Yeah, I never watched them because I was out and about. I was going out to going to.
See, I used to wake up early so that way I could have control of the TV and I could watch what I wanted.
Is this true, Ashley?
Oh yeah, whoever got to the couch first got the remote.
The alarm goes off at 4. She's with milk and cereal, with her fruit.
We weren't allowed to eat in the living room.
Oh yeah,
until we were 18. Or special occasion. Unless there was summer vacation, we ate in that living room for every fucking meal. Until my parents.
Was that with the old floor or the new floor?
Yes.
Because I can understand that new floor, because that was a pain in the ass. Remember with all the woods that we had? I remember thinking, going,
it's not like that.
Yeah, I know, but I remember putting it in, going, why are we doing this? It's a lot of work.
It's very interesting. Like, I've never, like, I don't understand it, but I mean, it's their fashion, whatever.
Let's be honest. It was beautiful when it was done. Your father did a great job.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of work to do it. It was just like, can't we just do one floor?
Or like do the wood and then just put a rug on.
He did it.
Like, why didn't we, like, close the rug in? For you guys who don't know. My parents...
I was happy I didn't lose my fingers.
My parents asked my lovely Niles.
Lovely Niles.
Who else was there? Was it
Cotter.
Cotter.
Yeah, it was us, which is, I don't think the three of us should ever do it.
But most of the time you were, like, playing Tickle Monster with us.
Because your dad would be like, Niles, no, you can't work the power saw. Niles, no, you can't work the hammer. Remember the hammer? The electric hammer, the nail gun thing. And he's like, oh, you're going to hurt yourself. No. He's like, why don't you... He's like, how about you keep the girls out of this room so Connor doesn't cut anybody's fingers? So half the time, he's like, Niles, I need your help. And it was always to just, like an extra hand. And then I was like, I don't feel like I'm doing a lot. He's like, you're doing more than I want you to.
Right. You're just the only person who could come over to
Maybe that's why he's never called me. No, we put in that one window.
Oh, yeah.
That one, where it was me and him. I thought he was going to kill me half the time.
But anyway, so
my parents fall on him though.
My parents decided they wanted to do the floor in the living room, and they have like a sunken living room.
Yeah.
So it's wood all around the perimeter, and then there's a rug in the middle, and like the wood's like.
I would say, was it like 10
I didn't count.
I know. I'm trying to think how, but it's really wide. It's not just. It's just not like it's not like a trim. It's like
a good amount.
It's a good amount. Like it's a good walkway all around, and then there's just a square in the middle.
So it's not really my. Like I would never do that in my house. Like
after I was done doing it, I was like, I'll never do this again.
I personally don't understand it, but I mean,
it's their house.
I think it just looks like. They wanted to do wood flooring, but couldn't afford the whole wood flooring. So they're like, we'll keep the rug in the middle. Love you guys, but...
out of money. Here. Oh, there's a rug here. Look.
They can only get so much of the wood they actually wanted, so that's all they got. We'll go until we run out.
You ever seen that thing when they like put something to hide a stain?
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't look right, so they put the car... Oh... That's probably your dad yelling at me.
No, it said something about Legos.
No.
I can only handle one show at a time where I lose track of what I'm watching. Why doesn't this thing ever update?
What else is new? Well, we got that one. She can't...
Is there any more?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I can
only handle one show at a time or I lose track of what I'm watching. I can only watch one new show at a time.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's me. I can only watch one show.
Every other thing is comfort. Because I don't want to start something at when I get home from work because I'm tired. And
that's like Shannon. Shannon watched Grey so many freaking times she can probably say the words. I can't do that. I have never... Here's the thing. I just talked about SOA, how much I love it. And Shannon's never seen it. And I have literally fought myself to be like, okay, I'm going to tell her when to watch it. I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
You guys have been together how long?
Almost 9 years.
Yeah.
Still not ready yet. Not ready. Because it's like, I know. It's like, I want to forget. You know what it is? I want to forget all the, moments. And you can never forget the moments.
See, my brain, little squirrel brain, doesn't remember anything. So it's like a new show every time.
See, I'm not like that. I remember details. I
remember important things that happen.
But no, I'm that guy who's
my friend's watching The Fosters right now, which I watched. I really liked, but they started from the beginning. And I'm like, oh, I forgot this happened. Oh, I forgot this happened.
What show is this?
The Fosters.
Nope, don't know it.
It's a good show.
What's that on?
What
is it about?
Freeform now. What was it about?
Yeah.
It's the family. It's family. Their
It's
last
like
name was
Seventh Heaven.
Foster.
Oh, it's like Seventh Heaven.
They adopt
Party
all
of Five,
these.
like type of movie.
They have one. It's a gay couple.
Okay.
And one of them was previously married to a man and had a baby, and then they broke up or whatever, and now she's with this other woman. And then they adopted 1, 2, 3, 4 people, 4 kids.
Small
and,
herd.
Yeah, and like it goes on. It's mostly about like the newest foster kid or whatever.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It goes on.
Like how like life is. Yeah. That sounds like.
And then they actually made like a
spin-off?
A spin-off? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Like
spin-off. Yeah, spin-off, yeah.
And it's just like the 2 girls, like the kids that were adopted, and they like have their own show. But like the other characters.
It's a spin-off. Yeah. It's called spin-off, yeah.
Okay. It didn't sound right, but.
It is. Okay, what's an old TV show that you love to watch?
I just told you all of my old.
I'm talking about one that you know is not from your era of time. Like I know I have an old one that's not in my era of time, but I love to watch. It's the stupidest show, but yet I can watch it all the time, and I never have. I actually to a point that I haven't seen all the seasons, and there's been moments where I've been like wanting to watch it.
What is it?
Ready? Dennis the Menace, the old black and white TV show.
Oh, really?
I don't know why it's so stupid. It's not even like a good I'd say stupid in a way as it's not stupid, but it's so dated.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Wilson, what are you gonna do tonight? And you're just like, all right. I tell this kid, get the hell out of my house already. Like, and he just walks in the house. He said, "Oh, can I have a cookie, Mrs. Wilson?" Of course you can. Well, Mr. Wilson will go out. Like, the wife's like, "You better go out there, or there's gonna be," and you're just like, what? It's so dated, but I love it. It's so you know what I love about it? It's so dated. The other part that I love is I love the fact that everyone's so dressed up that I even said to my dad, like my dad. So my dad is 70 some odd years old. And I said, "Okay, Dad, you were a kid around this time." He goes, "Yeah, I was in the 50s, And I said, well, he was in high school in the late 60s. But I said, okay. Did your dad really come home with like suits, and did your mom walk around with pearls and a necklace? I mean, these people in the old black and white are dressed like they're going. I mean, they don't have tuxedos on, but they are dressed to the. I mean, even the females, like she's cleaning house in like this like puffy dress, like
hair is done just right. Makeup's just right.
Just like
I could never. Yesterday,
and it's true. It's not true. They didn't do that. They would come home. They would dress like that to go out, like even just to go out to the store. Yeah. They just but they were home and doing stuff. My dad's like, oh, they would wear slacks, but they would wear like an undershirt or like a I guess you would call it more of a t-shirt, the undershirt. Yeah. But or it'd be old clothes, like old slacks or old and I was like, and he's like, or he took sometimes. My grandfather would wear this certain part overall, and you go, oh yeah, like why didn't I think of that? Like why do I think? Because these TV shows give you the impression
perfect family.
Zero. There's like zero facts in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would not. Like yesterday during your 5-hour.
Yeah, your 5-hour
break. I came home because I was like, well, I'm not fucking staying here for that long. I changed because I'm not going. Like I'm not staying at home in my. Cute little outfit. Like I wore like a romper to work. And I'm like, I'm not sitting here in that. And so I went back and Karen's like, did you change? I'm like, yeah.
So like for me, it's that's old for me. Like that's really old. But I have other shows, but like I love watching Bewitched. I just started watching Bewitched over again.
Oh really?
Yeah, just because I was like, oh, I forgot about that. Like, my problem was when I used to watch it, it'd only show like this much of black and white, and the rest would all be color. But there's really like this much of black and white that I had no clue about, and I don't mind black and white, so I'll watch that and I'll be like, "This is so bad." Like it's not bad; it's just So I hate saying bad, but it is. Like
I used to watch silent movies with not silent movies.
So you mean you had to read? The person who doesn't read, you would watch, silent movies.
Yeah, silent movies. They were silent movies with my grandfather.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't even have talkies? You know, with the one where they had to play the music at the same time?
Wow. Yeah.
So you must have watched, oh my God, really? Like Charlie Chaplin and, who's the other guy there? You don't know. I know you don't know.
I would know if you said it, but
Bert. What's his name?
Look it up. Somebody tell us. Actually,
Bert. I know. Was it Bert something or something Bert? He's a very famous. He's another famous silent. I've watched all those tricks that they did, they, with the cameras and how they did all those stuff. And I'm trying to think the guy I'm thinking of, Bert something or whatever his name is, does the trick on the train, and he's really on the freaking train.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I don't know his name. But...
No, you want to hear something real bad? Like, I'd rather watch those than watch the talkies. Because for some reason they all talk like this. They are talking so
weird.
I kind of think, talk like this. Like, they talk through their nose. And I'm like, why are they talking like that? Every one of them. Hey there, gal, what you doing? And you're like, did people talk like that?
I guess so.
Like, they
only a movie. That's their acting voice. I'll tell you it's not real.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Do people like that? I mean, do people like watching, old...
I like watching them. But I liked watching them for a different reason. Because I was something that I did with my grandfather. Like, he
no.
Turn classic movies on.
Well, the only thing good about silent movies, they're not 5 hours long. They're like literally like, you're lucky 10 minutes. And sometimes more 20 if it's a really good, like, whatever. Because it's usually like real short because most people don't want to sit there forever, Yeah. But then when they go into that, what they call talkies, which is the next step,
I watched a lot of
I literally feel like everyone talks like, or it gets recorded at like this high pitch.
Yeah.
And every girl talks like, I can't even do it. Then I'm like, like, please stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny of the acting. Acting is bad. And there's Ian. What's up, Mr. Ian?
I'm good. How are you? Yeah. So like those movies, I really like watching, and I would watch them now, but I don't know if I can do that to myself yet. I don't know if I'm ready yet.
I know.
It's been like a while, but
I know.
Just like one of those, like when we watched, was it Blazing Saddles? I think.
Yeah.
It was like one of those like hard to get through because I don't think I was ready for it.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize like what.
You don't. It's funny. This shows my age. I remember my grandfather watching Darling for Dollars on Channel 6, and we always had to watch that show, no matter what it was. And it would be like the worst show, and I'd be looking at him like, "Are you kidding me?" The worst ever to this day was he would watch Army, like World War II, and he was in Patton's army. Like, he was one of the brave men who charged. Oh, yeah. I remember him. Two things. He never talked about the war. But he would get so mad at that TV. That didn't happen. He would get mad. But he would never talk about it. But he would talk about it.
Yeah.
That's not what... He always said what didn't happen. Yeah. And I would say, what did happen? And then he'd look at me and he goes...
You don't want to know?
You don't want to know? He's like, I don't even want to know. Because he had half his stomach blown off. He had big scars. Like it looked like you know what it was? You ever see like those in your head what a shark bite would look like a serious, like they took a bite out of your stomach? That's what it looked like. Like, and it went all the way in the back. Like, he had like half of his stomach blown out. And I'm like, and it's funny, I didn't understand what he went through until I watched a documentary later on in life after he had passed on. Like, I was old and I was mature. I understood on how many injuries, and because that was in sand, and how many people got, and like, I just can't believe he's alive. Like, I couldn't believe that he lived till he was in his 60s. Like, because and he would say that didn't happen. It wasn't that glorious. More people, like he would say, more people fell. Like, it wasn't because if you watch this movie, I don't even know what movie it was. Like, and there would just be one or two people falling, and he'd be like, no, we lost. Like everyone was like, you would just saw everyone, and he's like, I remember. The only thing he did, he's like, a lot of men were crying that day. I heard men crying for their lives that day, And that was it. Like, it would be, you would get like a little gem from him, even though they weren't gems. Like, you know, like, and just go, and then you'd go, don't watch this movie. And I'm like, well, I don't want to watch this movie. Like, I'm like 7. You think I want to watch a war movie at 7? I'm like,
curl up on a Saturday morning. Screw the cartoon.
That's what it was.
Like. We're watching the war today.
That's exactly what it was. Always Saturday. We had to sleep over because of Friday. It was literally, I'd be like, are you kidding me? Or it would be some stupid movie. I'd be like, oh, just shoot me. And it'd be like some 1930 movie. No, it was like 60 or 70 movie. And I'd just be like, and I wouldn't understand half things because I was so little. Like, I was like, and he's like, oh, just play on the floor. Just play on the floor. And then all of a sudden, just would be amazing to me. He just had his way.
Just gotta work and forgot about this. Almost forgot about this.
Well, you did it, Ian, so you're still with us, and that's all that matters.
Great.
Ian usually shows up on Sunday, so he hangs out with me. Because we talk about the cool stuff, the extra geeky stuff.
Right.
Not about my grandfather. That's not how it was. You know what? That really is. I've watched it, but those are hard to watch too. Those aren't easy.
Movie?
Yeah, those are. They aren't easy to watch because they flicker a lot. I find they flicker a lot because it's not quality. It's flickering. Yeah. It's good, but you're just kind of like, ooh, okay.
I think at the time I didn't
appreciate it. If you're young, yeah.
But like looking back at it, I'm like, oh no, those were actually like
really they're funny. They're good.
Yeah.
And then when you realize like a lot of that. Oh, I almost had it. Buster Davis. I almost had it. I have been thinking this guy's name. I am literally killing myself with this. Buster Davis.
Buster Rhymes.
No, what's Buster Rhymes? And it's annoying that it's like I know it, but I can't.
Lori would know.
Lori. Who's the other silent person that was famous besides Charlie Chaplin? It's Buster Davis? Buster something. It's something Buster watch. You're gonna be like, no, you got it all wrong. It's like, he did the trick with the I
don't know his name.
I know, but he did the trick with the trains.
Yes.
I'm kind of telling. I'm telling Lori. I have to look at you because Lori's not here.
All right.
Logged off. She logged off. She was like, I'm not looking up for these people.
Somebody look it up.
Ashley.
Buster
Keaton. Thank you. And it's Ashley. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you. You get the golden button. I don't know. You get the golden award.
So
you know what show that I'm really into that I really should not be into? Oh. This is so not age appropriate for me to love.
Okay.
There's a kids show that's very popular right now called Bluey.
Oh yeah, with the Australian Shepherd dog. Yeah.
It's so good. And they're only like 8 minutes long, so it's not like
I can't do that. I can't do it. I can't do the 8-minute long ones. I can't. I did Peppa Pig for a little while, and I was like,
I don't like Peppa.
I was
like Peppa.
Why not?
She's a bitch.
So what?
I don't think kids should be watching that.
I think the kid's annoying. Georgie's got to go. I'd be like, Georgie, a long time ago. Dinosaur. What are you talking about? I was out with my kid.
Maeve was watching Daniel Tiger, which is like
it's
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
But she was catching on to like the bad part of the show. Didn't like catch on to the good part, like the bad part of like
him feeling bad about something or doing something wrong, right?
Yeah, and so she would like stick with that or reenact those parts, not the good parts. Like she'd skip over that and just do like everything bad in it. So she's not allowed to watch that anymore.
I used to watch.
I love Mr. Rogers.
My lineup used to be Mr. Rogers, Sesame Street, and then Doctor Who.
Nice. Okay, guys, don't kick me off this. What?
What happened? Okay, and what TV show do you like? Here he goes. Okay. Ian, tell us your TV show. I love that we have
He loves Dragon Tales.
Oh, isn't that the one they wish on
Yes.
the thing to go to Dragon World?
Yeah,
Like they go to
I
Dragon.
fucking love that show.
Oh my god! Well, you were like what 5 when it came out?
Yeah, I still like it now. I put it on now if I could. That and
Okay, so
Between the Lions. Did you watch that one? Or Marin watch that one?
no, we did the Blues. We did Blues Clues when I was Jay.
Which
when he
one?
was with Steve.
Good.
Because when Steve left, I was like, "F
Fuck
you."
that.
I did. I was like, the new guy came. They introduced him. I was like, no,
Right.
no. My son's like, what?
There's
I'm like,
another
no.
one now.
I know there's a third one now.
Yeah, fuck that.
That they all play now.
Did you see Steve's apology?
I know.
Video?
Sorry that I left you for college. F
Right.
you. I was like, no. That's basically what you did, buddy. You left me hanging.
Right.
I was literally 30-something crying. Like, no, Steve, don't go. I have your handy-dandy notebook. I bought it. Bastard.
I loved PB&J Otter in Roly Poly Oly.
Roy Poyoli, I remember.
I tried to watch it recently. It's
Don't-
scary. Like, why did I watch that?
Okay, I did this for a kid. Like, I did the whole, like, watch something after I've done watching it. So, okay, so this is going to show you how old I am. When I was watching Sesame Street when I was a kid, Mr. Snuffleupagus was introduced, and he was into...
Ian, we're not talking about Firefly.
No one's watched it yet! Ian! I gotta fucking watch this show. I just gotta.
You should.
I gotta
Just
finish
for this.
Obi-Wan, and I gotta finish. I have a list, Ian. I will get to it. Hopefully they take it off Hulu. Sorry, don't have it. No. So, Mr. Snuffleupagus was the imaginary friend of Big Bird, and every time someone would go meet him, he would disappear. Shannon says to me, "No, everyone knew he was there." I was like, "No, he was a guest." No. Do you know they did that for, I think it was like 5 years they did that with him. He was that they had to stop it because it made kids feel that parents weren't listening to them because the kids would go, "He's there," and then because it's not really parents, but like the adults would come in. So they actually had to change that. And so when Shannon watches, she's like, "Oh no!" I was like, "No, I had to find it on Google."
They also changed Cookie Monster to Veggie Monster.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, did you know Cookie Monster's real name is Sid?
No,
Yeah.
I don't even want to know that.
Fuck that. Sid. Do you know what Sid reminds me of? Toy Story.
Oh no, I was gonna say the
Sloth. Shit, the Sloth.
Sid, I love you. I can't do the thing with the eye.
Shit, the Sloth.
I love you. No, Sid the Science Kid. That's what makes me think.
Oh.
Isn't it Sid the Science Kid? Yeah. He annoyed me too.
And then there's Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I watched that.
Bill Nye the Science Guy was my 5th grade science class, and the Magic School Bus was my 7th grade science class.
I didn't have that. I would love to watch TV. You know what I got stuck with? I had stuck with a 12-year-old, who's that guy from Good Will Hunting? Not the blonde guy, the other guy.
I don't know.
Okay, do you remember? Oh, you don't remember the newest Batman. Okay, I think of his name. Married to J-Lo.
And to our studio audience.
Come on! How could I not think of this guy's name? I don't know why I'm bad. You're really bad at this. You don't even know.
I told you I don't know.
I even know he's married to J-Lo. Like, I have no clue about these.
I don't fucking care about people's life.
He's 12 years old in it. It was called the Voyage of the Mimi. And I literally wanted to shoot myself because in 6th grade we had all the walls would be put away. Oh, here he goes. Ben Affleck, thank you. And he was 12 years old, and you basically he goes and they would talk about these voyages on a real ship in Massachusetts, and I really wanted. And we would have to have a notebook and a worksheet on top of it, and we would have to write down all the answers during the show. Like the whole class. I want, like, not just the class, The whole learning center. And the worst part was it was that stupid bit. Dun, 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 dun. That's how it always started. And of course, it was every Friday we had to hear it. So like,
you're done.
By the end of the year, you're like, dun, dun, dun. I'm like, enough. It was horrible. I guess I'm the only one. Like, this is really bad. I'm really dating. We're supposed to be talking to TV shows, and we're talking about these horrific. Did you like
wow, you're so good tonight. Really sharp.
You know what the best part was? I had tons of TV shows, and then we went to this, like, I used to watch this. Yeah. I'm like, Lamb Chop. This is the song that doesn't end. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
I wanted to shoot myself.
I used to sing that on the bus all the time.
Oh, see? You did watch that.
I didn't watch it. We sang the song.
You got one kid watched it. They're like, I know the song!
You know what's really funny? Speaking of songs, there's this kid on the bus who used to sing, soft kitty, warm kitty,
really?
Little ball of fur.
Before?
Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr.
Before?
So I sang that to my mom one time.
Right.
And then The Big Bang Theory came out, and that's what Sheldon used to sing. And my mom's like, get in here right now! She's like, listen to this. And then he sang it. I was like, oh, is that what this is from? And she was like, no, it just came out. I'm like, I don't know. Some kid sang it on the bus, so I know the song.
No, I've never heard that in my life. No, yeah. I know Sheldon sang it, but I didn't know it. I guess it comes from somewhere. Are you a big... I've watched so many episodes of Big Bang. And then I got stuck where they, like, re-looped it. Mm. And then I didn't know when the new ones, like the new ones for that station came out. Mm-hmm. So I stopped watching it. And then when the last episode came, I was like, or the last two, I was like, I can't miss it. So I watched the last two. And so there's like a period of time that I have not watched. And I really hate that I haven't watched it.
Will you go back and watch it?
Yeah, I just... Oh. Welcome to the 1,000... Because I have to watch Titans. We're watching Doom Patrol.
Firefly.
Firefly. I'm watching She-Hulk. I'm trying to finish up Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I'm watching. I don't understand why everyone is hating on it because I'm on it. I've watched 5 episodes and I haven't had a problem with it. There's nothing of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And a lot of people are like, wow, there's too many stories going on. I'm like, unless the last episode has like tons of stories I don't know that pop out. It seems pretty straightforward for me, but everyone seems to have. Because you know what happens is they want the story to go the way they want them to go. Mm-hmm. And then when it doesn't go, the whole world's like blowing up on it. And I don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it at all.
I think they did about 12 seasons of Big Bang. The Bazinga. I would not what I have
not watched Obi-Wan yet. Yeah, all right, well.
Me neither.
I'm not. Yeah, you're not going to watch it.
That's going to the end of the list.
That's like that. That's a really geeky stuff. Like, you're not a real, like... Well, that's why I have the other show, so I can talk about the real geeky stuff.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
No, I'm just giving you, I knew you were going to start your own show one day.
Someday you're going to be a big boy.
Right.
So, I don't know what I did. I hated the fact when I got hooked on shows and then just ended really bad. Or they just, like, I couldn't. And I've been really big because lately they've been trying to end shows. So I'm like, oh, please end this. Like, I watched Timeless and it was a TV show I got really hooked on and they ended it though. And I was like, thank you. Like, just, I need closure. I don't care if it's sometimes bad endings are better than no endings.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, they're lost in time. Bye, see you later. You're like, that's why I haven't watched Firefly, because it's so good. And there's only that they made a movie. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Don't get me wrong. I'm just waiting for more episodes so I can watch it nonstop.
Oh no, Obi-Wan's out. All done. There's 6 episodes done. All done. You're all set. You're ready to watch. First season's out. So you don't have to worry about episodes. The only thing that's episodes right now is...
He's waiting for the next season to come out. So that
and Thor, Love of Thunder is out on Disney right now. So I'm watching that this weekend, hopefully, if the boss says okay.
Shannon's right to know.
She's like, no, everywhere. Why? What's his name's naked? Who's going to say no to, like, that's why...
Yes.
Oh, did I tell you what she wants to do? You know the Comic-Con that's coming to Rhode Island? I'm a Doctor Who fan. Obviously, everybody knows that I'm a Doctor Who fan.
You?
Yes.
No.
But I don't think there's really any proper, like, really good Doctor Who people, but there's John Barrowman that's going to be there. So, and we were Supernatural fans. So, oh god, what's his name?
Oh my god, bro.
The big tall guy who's in Walker. He's in it. Shannon knows it because she goo goo gagas over him. And
watch Indoors.
Yeah, I know that hasn't come out yet, so that's why I haven't watched it because it's not out. But that's another one. I'll wait till they'll come out before I watch that one. So they're both coming. So we've decided that we're going to do the for John Barrowman. He's going to give me a hug or something, and I'm going to be like this, and she's going to be on the other side all like mad. And then when we do the Supernatural with the big tall guy, I'm going to be over there while she's getting a hug from him, and I'm going to be like, we're hoping that they allow us to do that. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, well, you never know. You might not be able to touch.
I don't know the rules lately. It seems like it, because I've seen other Comic-Cons.
You can hug characters at Disney now. I think you should be able to hug.
Yeah,
people.
I think you can, because I've seen other Comic-Cons that they have their arm around them or doing something. So I can't imagine it's standing on your side, but hopefully it'll be. Yeah, because there's been a running joke with one of my friends with John Barrowman. So
Kelsey wants to go to Comic-Con. I'm like, you should get me an autograph of the person who plays Ariel. I
you're doing
it, it's just
so good. You're laughing at me. Go ahead.
Well, you're the one who knows everyone, so
yeah, and I should know this guy because Shannon and her daughter both talk about how much they're like, oh, like I'd marry him, and this poor guy, I'm like, run. I wish I had that sound effect. Run. Da run.
Alright.
What is TV? There's not really much left. It's funny, I feel like I watch a lot. Oh, Lock and Key. I watch
You're
Lock
just
and Key.
spitting on all these shows I've never even heard
They're
of.
on Netflix. Those are on Netflix.
My mom put on the show.
Oh, jeez. Look at you.
She was scrolling through and I told her, like, oh, I just, like, look through the things and see, like, whatever one suits my fancy, and I don't, like, read them or whatever, because she was reading them.
Umbrella, too. We just finished that one, Umbrella Academy. That's really good. That's on Netflix.
And she put on...
Your face is on, it's like, okay.
She put on, like, some, like, magic show or whatever, and it's, like, watching, like, a Disney movie, like, from, like, back then. Like, it was, like, horrible. Like, it was bad. Like, they're fairies, and there's, like, elves and everything, and they live in, like, the real world or whatever, and they're not supposed to be known that they're elves and fairies and whatever, and they're not supposed to be seen by real people. So, like, the elf has, like, the little things on, and they're so poorly on her ears. It's horrible. Like, I don't know, like, what this show is called, but it was bad. Like, my sisters and I...
TV show?
Yeah.
This is a TV show?
Yeah, on Netflix. It was horrible.
I don't...
We watched the first episode.
Clearly,
my
Netflix said, you won't like this. We're not even going to show you this. This is crap.
Ashley can attest to it. Like, she... Like,
all right, Ash.
Like, talking to it.
She already left.
The whole time.
Ashley, if you're still on, I want to hear the name of this show that we're...
I don't know. It's like some magic show or whatever.
Magic show?
It has the word magic in it somewhere. That's all I remember. But it was horrible.
Ugh, that sounds horrible.
But anyway, we left to go get ice cream. We came back. My mom was watching a completely different show. I'm like, Mom, you didn't want to watch that show? It was so good. She was like, no.
No.
But
nope, Ashley left. She's looking it up.
I blacked out the name of the show. It was so badly done.
Oh, yeah, so.
Yeah.
Even your sister. Okay, so she's just sticking up for you now.
Yeah. It was bad. I don't know what it's called. She put it on.
No, whatever. I don't know. I feel like mine knows me. My Netflix knows me. It's like, how about this? I was like, I watched all of Lost in Space, the new one, not the old one. I watched the Umbrella Academy. I just finished that. We're watching Lock and Key. I watch Doom's Patrol, which I just started, and I got to watch the 3rd season of Titans. And I actually watch a lot of TV. And Stargirl's on. I missed the first episode, but I'll probably watch 1 and 2 this weekend.
I haven't been watching a lot of anything besides like the movies we watch every
week.
I just don't have time right now. So
I don't know.
Like I just put
I feel like I literally make time. Like I'm up at like 11 at night, being like,
Grandma can't stay that up.
I know, neither do I. Neither can Grandpa. Like I'm like, I'm on TV. Next day, I'm like, they're like, you okay? I was like, up till 3. Watching what? What were you doing till 3? Watching TV.
I went to bed 5 minutes ago.
The worst is when you go to bed and you don't wake up until, like, you don't go to sleep until 5 minutes.
Right.
You're like, I'm doing nothing.
Right.
Well, that was a really fun. That actually was a fun episode.
Yeah.
This was a fun episode. A little laid back. Okay. We are going to do a challenge. That's why we didn't do one, because someone forgot to invite people.
I forgot.
So we got to invite people. I'm going to see if the boss will come. She said yes, but then I knew things were falling through. We got to do a challenge. Something fun. That is it for us for tonight. Thank God.
All these people are.
I like that. Yeah. All those people. Thank you for the member. This doesn't count. Right. No, I count now.
You do count?
Yeah, because this account is not on.
So the two people.
There's only 2 people.
Watching. Or maybe it was Shannon.
Yeah, Shannon. So it's just me, Ashley, and Ian. That's the only people that are watching. So I'd like to thank the big whopping 2 people that are watching. And I'd like to thank everyone who watch on YouTube, which I don't even know if anyone's watching anymore. It's just you. Right. It's my dad. I swear, it's my dad. Make sure you check out on the Goofy Geek page on Sundays at 10 o'clock. Our theme, well, it'll be gone by the time. I didn't even tell you the theme because it will be done already. Yeah. But if you're watching this on YouTube, check us out next Sunday. The following will be on another topic. I'll let everyone choose our topics now. Like, on the live, you have to
try and let them do that here, but then it's like crickets.
I know.
No.
For
you, they're like, oh, here's this idea.
I know, because they actually, like...
They actually like you. And they
no, because they talk about geek stuff. That's why. And they already know, like, Josie doesn't know any geek stuff. So, yeah, but if you're watching us live, we are doing all 9 movies as the Star Wars. Hopefully, we're not going to take too long in each one, but because 9 is a lot. But
he was on for 9 hours.
And then Luke. So make sure you check us out at 10 o'clock. That's Eastern time. And if you're past Eastern time, you're on your own. Figure it out. I'd like to thank the Goofy Geek Boutique for sponsoring us. They don't even sponsor my show. I'm by myself on my show.
Well, it's because you have more people, so they can sponsor.
Make sure 7 o'clock live on the Goofy Geek page. Tuesdays, we are on YouTube.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell.
You're not going to.
Nah, I don't know what I would say. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one.